Hello, my name's Nikki and I recently quit my 9 to 5 to do crafting. Hey, so welcome to my channel. My name's Nikki, I am 30 years old, I have 3 kids and I recently quit the security of my 9 to 5 to create a slower life for myself and to be more present with my kids. And I felt like my 9 to 5 job just wasn't serving mine or my family's needs anymore. So I decided to take the leap and quit. So one of the main crafts that I have really been enjoying recently is knitting. So I would still class myself as like a really beginner knitter. But recently I was lucky enough to take a trip to Copenhagen, which if you haven't been before, I would 100% recommend. It's an absolutely gorgeous city and the yarn shops are incredible. So of course when I went there, I decided that I would nip into knitting for Olive, and this really was a splurge because obviously, like I say, I'm really beginner, so everything that I've knit has sort of been in relatively like cheap yarn, so a lot of drops yarn specifically. So I decided that while I was there I was going to splurge, and I've had my eye on blouse number 1 by My Favourite Things Knitwear. I really wanted to knit that. That was like one of my goals when I first started learning to knit. So when I was in Knitting for Olive, I decided to pick up the recommended yarn, which is the pure silk. So I have that here, and I went for it in this absolutely gorgeous unicorn colour, which I think will look really nice, and I do not have much of this colour in my wardrobe, so I'm very excited. So yeah, this is going to be a blouse number 1. I already did the gauge swatch and I am meeting gauge with my 5mm needles, which is the recommended needle size, so that's great. And after I block the gauge swatch, it feels so nice, so I'm really excited to have blouse number 1 in my wardrobe. So I thought that we could cast on together, and maybe I can go to a voiceover and talk you through maybe some of the reasons why I decided to quit my job and why I am now making YouTube videos. So let's crack on. Hey, so it's been a while, maybe about a week since I was last on here, so I thought that I would give you guys like a little update with where I am. And I have my cup of coffee, and of course I have my knitting with me, and I thought I could give you like a quick update as to how I've been getting on, because maybe the last time you saw me I might have just been casting on and like kind of starting off, so I thought I could give you an update. But before that, I just wanted to show you some yarny bits that I have recently purchased. So I recently went to the Northeast Wool Show, and lovely old time. There were so many amazing stalls there, and I could have spent so much more money there than I did. I was very restrained. So I thought I could show you a couple of bits that I picked up. So I found this stall called Wool Tops. I'd never heard of them before, but they had loads of hanks like this for £5 a hank. So I thought that I would pick some up because there was a couple of colours I really liked. So first off, I got this DK Blue Face Leicester. It's 100% British wool. There's 245 meters in 100 grams, and it's in this ecru colour, so like a really nice neutral. So I picked that up. Then I also, from the same stall, picked up this lovely olive colour. This is Corridale DK. Again, it is 100 grams, 100% wool, and it feels really nice. Some of the 100% wool that I've felt has felt like really scratchy and rustic, and I think that does have its place, but I think I am so beginner that I don't want to like knit something that I'm like really gonna hate, because I think it will throw me and I think I'll just like give up essentially, which, you know, would not be ideal. So I picked up these two colours and I thought, how nice would these be together in like a striped pattern. So I think what I'm going to knit with these is the Olga by Petite Knit, the Olga sweater. And yeah, I think they look really nice together, and I think this would be like a really nice autumny kind of jumper, so I'm looking forward to knitting that. I already got the pattern, so I just need to get a yarn winder or see if I'm brave enough to wind it myself into balls. Yarn winders don't look too expensive though, so I think I probably will just get one of those. And yeah, basically get it all ready, and then I can just cast on my Olga sweater. But I do want to finish my blouse number 1 first, because I'm desperate to have that in my wardrobe before it starts getting too cold. So yeah, love those colours. And then I also got this colour, this like lovely teal colour. This is 100% wool again. It's called DK Cozy Colours. Again, it feels really nice, and I am just going to use this in a jumper for one of my sons. So I have decided that every year I want to knit each of my sons a jumper for their birthday. They're all kind of autumn winter babies, so I think a jumper would be like a nice little tradition. They can have a jumper every year. So I am going to use this for his jumper, and I think it will really suit him, and I love the colour. They didn't have more of these because I think I would have gone for a stripe, like this kind of stripe for an Olga for myself, but they only had one of these left. I obviously got to the stall a little bit too late. And then finally, I picked up this one. It doesn't have a band on it, so I don't know all the ins and outs. I probably could try and get onto their website and try and find something sort of similar. But this was sold as a sock yarn, and I have not knitted any socks yet. It feels kind of like DK weight. So I found a pattern on Ravelry that's a free pattern. That's a free pattern for DK socks. So I think I'm gonna try my hand at that and just see how it comes out, I thought I would experiment first, because I feel like socks would be a really good gift knit for Christmas time, and I want to start thinking about things like that because I love the craft at Christmas. I love to gift a handmade gift, so I think socks could be a good shout. So I'm gonna have a little go with this. This was £8 for this hank, and it feels really, really nice. It's got like a little bit of stretch to it, which I guess is what you want for a sock, but I don't know really. But I've ordered some double pointed needles, and I also have ordered some like short needles, like a short cable and like a short needle, like they're fixed, like fixed circulars but short. That's what I'm trying to say. So hopefully I will be able to knit a pair of socks, and I'm thinking that will be a good like little project to have in my bag, so like when I'm taking the kids to the park or something, I can just work on it while they're playing, kind of thing. So yeah, that is everything I got from the Northeast Wool Show. I saw so many stalls that I just honestly love the look of, but I am like so beginner, I just didn't feel ready to invest in some of those amazing like hand-dyed yarns that you see. But I mean, one day I will, because they were absolutely gorgeous. I followed a lot of stalls on Instagram now, so I can keep up with what they're making. And yeah, when I'm feeling a bit more confident, a bit more ready, I think I will make some investments, because some of the yarn was honestly absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, that's everything I got from the Northeast Wool Show. Okay, and then I thought I could update you on my blouse number 1 by My Favourite Things Knitwear. I'm honestly so happy with how this is turning out. I love the colour, I love the sort of shape, the silhouette. I'm really happy with how this is coming out, and I have made quite a bit of progress. I have been pretty much just knitting on this. I do have another whip, but this has had pretty much all of my attention. And I do really want it to be sort of done, because I think it could just be like a really nice piece to have between like summer and autumn, like a little bit of a transitional piece, with it being long sleeved but also quite like light. I think it's going to be like, I think I'm going to get a lot of wear out of it. So here it is. So I have finished off with the sleeves, split them off, put them on my scrap yarn, and now I'm just knitting in the round. So I'm just knitting a little bit more until I'm done, and then I can pick up all the stitches of the sleeves. And yeah, but I just love the shoulder, how that's all come out. I think it looks so nice and neat. And the pattern is really easy to follow, really straightforward. I've not had any problems with it at all. And yeah, it's just been a really nice knitting experience. I think this colour is going to look like really nice on me, and I can just see me wearing this all the time. So I am just carrying on knitting in the round. My only like issue that I'm having is my yarn. It literally is a mess. What do I do here? Should I have got a yarn winder and like wound my 2 balls together rather than just having my 2 balls? Because it's just a mess. it's a terrible mess. But I mean, we've not had too many problems so far. So far I have used 2 balls of the pure silk. These are my second 2 balls, so I've used 4 balls nearly. And I only bought 7 in total, so I'm hoping that I'm gonna have enough if I have to buy 1 more ball. The thing is, I misread the pattern really. So for my size, I think I should have bought 8 balls, and for the size down, I should have got 7. So I got 7, but then when I came to make it and I made sure that my measurements were correct, I realised that I should have had 8 balls. So I'm just going to see how much I can get done with 7 balls. And I guess if I need one more ball, that's not the end of the world because you're holding your arm together, so I think the dye lot issue would not be too bad. But we'd have to see. I don't know. So basically, as I think I probably, I don't know if I have mentioned this in my intro. I'm not sure if I did mention this or not. But basically, I recently quit my 9 to 5 without any sort of solid backup plan. Bear in mind, I have 3 kids, one of which is 1.5. So I've got 3 young kids. And yeah, I just decided that it was enough sort of thing. I was going into work every day and I was pretty down being in work, which is not like me. I would not say that I've ever sort of loved my office job, but I've never hated it, and I've always been fine being there, like happy to be there. Yeah, it's not necessarily that I hated it previously, but yeah. So essentially what's happened is when I returned from maternity leave back in January, I have been put into a different department than the one I was in before. And, you know, I like to think that I'm like a team player and that I will, you know, do my best with whatever I'm faced with. But I think from quite early on, it was kind of evident that maybe that department was not like the right fit for me, and that was not necessarily anything against like the work or the people. It just wasn't like gelling, and I was, to be honest, I was a mess. I was crying pretty much any time I was in work. So it got to the point where I just sort of said, you know, enough's enough for my mental health and I can't do it anymore. So I decided to hand in my notice, and that's quite scary because I worked there for 5 years, and I've got family members that work there too, and it's a lovely place to work. Like, I've always had a good experience, but there was just something sort of telling me that I needed to hand my notice in. So I went ahead and did it, and since the day that I handed in my notice, like a weight felt like it had been lifted. So, you know, that was kind of told me that I was doing the right thing for myself, even if it sort of seemed like I was defying all logic. You know, it seemed silly, like I had a perfectly good job and I've just sort of given it up, and you know, there's people that struggle to find a job, but I think at the end of the day, I just sort of saw it as I'm showing my kids that it's okay to do something every day and be unhappy, and that's just not like, that's not really how I want to teach them to be. I want to teach them to know that like their feelings matter, and that, you know, you can advocate for yourself, you can do what's best for you, you can be a little bit selfish sometimes, but I think that is kind of what I'm still struggling with, even though that's what I want to teach my kids. I think like I am still struggling with coming to terms with the fact that I have been a bit selfish. I've kind of struggled with the fact that maybe I'm seeming very like an ungrateful person because like I do have this job. You know, I was moved to a different department, I wasn't made redundant, like I was given an alternative. So it's like, am I just sort of throwing it all back in everyone's faces? Am I doing the wrong thing in terms of me and my family? But at the end of the day, you can't just go through life living like that. So I think it is a case of like, it's really important to put yourself first sometimes, even when you do have 3 little people that are relying on you day in, day out. I mean, the timing of it was okay because it's summer holidays here in the UK, so the kids are off school and I kind of haven't had to fork out for any holiday clubs or anything like that. It's just the littlest that's in nursery, so you know, that's kind of helped out a lot as well. So I think I'm just going to spend the next couple of weeks spending time with my boys, knitting as much as I can, doing anything sort of creative, because that is kind of where my mind feels the calmest, is when I'm being creative. And it's not a bad thing, you know? And then I'm just not sure where life is going to take me from there. Christmas last year, I decided to, on a whim, paint some balls, put them on Etsy, and I did make quite a few sales doing that, so that is like kind of in the back of my mind, like I could do something maybe like that, but then you hear about all the sort of hidden fees with Etsy and things like that. I've always been really keen to kind of showcase what I'm making, and I do have an Instagram page, a TikTok, a Substack that I have periodically updated, but I think now that I do have a bit of time, I want to take it a little bit more seriously. I want to update those things like a little bit more. I want to maybe post on YouTube a little bit more, if not for anyone to see it, you know, just for me to kind of keep track of all these things that I'm doing, because I just love to make stuff. Like, I just love to make stuff. And since I picked up knitting, honestly, this has become like my favourite hobby. I do have like a sewing machine, so I can pick up that, and I would really like to make some like wall art and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, obviously the ideal thing would be that I can make something of this and like keep a bit of momentum and keep it going, and hopefully people are interested in what I'm doing. But you know, if it's not, then it's not, and maybe I can find something part-time that works within school hours. That's, you know, that's the tricky part being a parent, is you are like confined to sort of the times that your kids are at school, or you're shelling out for after school clubs and breakfast clubs, and then it kind of makes it not seem worth it. It's just, in my head, I would much rather spend the time with my kids than chuck them into after school club if the costs outweigh each other, for sure. I mean, if I was in an amazingly paid job and, you know, I could see that it was worth it, I think I would put my kids in a nice holiday club, but you know, it's just not financially viable at the moment, and if it's not financially viable, why am I stretching myself to do it? I would much rather spend the time with them. So that is where I'm at with all of that. If you are watching and there is anything that you want to see, then feel free to let me know in the comments. I'm welcome, I'm open to suggestions, but I will say this is not like, you know, I am always open to trying new things. You know, I really want to try a bit of embroidery. I saw a jacket, an embroidered jacket, that I really want to try and recreate, because like nearly £300 on a jacket is not in my budget. So I really want to learn embroidery so that I can upcycle a jacket kind of thing. You know, I would love to make some wall art for the house using my sewing machine, like some applique art. I love painting. You know, there's so many things that I want to do. I now have a little bit of time because the little one's still in nursery, so it's only the bigger two to kind of focus on. So I do have a bit of time to sort of think about things like that. And so yeah, hopefully I can spend some time this summer doing things I love to do. So if you made it this far into the video, thank you so much. I really appreciate you watching. This is kind of I have posted a couple of YouTube videos before, but this is the first one where I'm sort of like actually talking to the camera, and I'm quite anxious about it, so hopefully it's come out okay. I've really had to put on my big girl pants for this one. So if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Hopefully I will see you again in the next video, and if you fancy following me over on Instagram or TikTok to see what I'm up to in real time, feel free to head over there. I'm trying to get better at posting, so maybe this will give me kind of the kick up the bum that I need. If you enjoyed the video, please like and comment. I want to know what you are knitting on, or if you're doing any other crafts this summer, what kind of things you're doing. Please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye!